Hello, and thank you to all of our RISD Strategic Action Team members for the work that you have done on our Richardson ISD strategic planning process. My name is Tabitha Branham, and I am your Deputy Superintendent, but also proud to serve as the internal facilitator for this strategic planning process. We have put together a short video that will help provide some insight on the work being done by each of our action team leaders. Hopefully it will help all of our 6 action teams feel connected and understand the work that has been completed so far in this process. Enjoy, keep up the good work, and I can't wait to see the final products each of you produce.
The Student Learning Design Action Team has been tasked with ensuring that RISD has diverse and engaging programs and learning opportunities to meet the unique needs of all of our RISD students. Our team is researching flexible and personalized student learning, career and technology programming, college and career readiness opportunities, and overall curriculum and assessment in RISD. Our challenge is to create a learning system that ensures that all of our RISD students are future ready for any future they face.
Educational equity is the focus of our action team, and our strategy is centered on a guarantee that all students will perform at or above grade level. Our focus is to understand that strategy and to understand what it will look like in its final form. To get there, we are going to dive deep into 6 specific areas: curriculum, early childhood programming, equity, community and wraparound services, teacher efficacy and human capital, and number 6, learning environment and cultural competency. These subcommittees will compile all of their findings and use them to develop action steps that will ultimately result in our strategy being realized for RISD students.
Our third strategy is we will recruit, retain, and reward quality personnel. This action team has a primary focus on how to best understand the needs of our amazing staff and how to keep them here in the Richardson Independent School District. During our first 2 meetings, this team developed a strong understanding of this strategy by focusing on what the strategy is and what it is not. Each team member has provided critical insight into the challenges we face as a district. We are currently collecting feedback and questions and will organize those into specific topics that will help us focus our research and guide the work of our subcommittees. For example, we want to know what resources are available for us as a district. How do we mentor our new teachers? How does our salary structure compare to other districts? What other support programs are in place for new teachers? What process do we use for recruiting? What do schools do to establish a strong sense of community? And how do we recognize our top teachers?
Our action team focuses on community engagement, and our task is to ensure that all families, businesses, and community partners are fully engaged in the mission of RISD. Thus far, we have come up with 3 subgroups that we're going to look into more based upon the research our group has done: communication tools, culture, and engagement. Communication tools: what is effective? What are we currently using? What new outreach do we need to look into? How are other school districts and organizations reaching out? With regard to culture, what kind of culture do we need here to ensure that the RISD community flourishes? And engagement: how do we take our engagement into the next orbit of possibilities? What are the approaches for parents, for businesses? Some fresh life into those things. We'll package these up and get them ready to present to trustees when we make our recommendations to them.
Strategy 5 is about actively pursuing creative funding sources while responsibly managing current resources to support the district's mission. The team has discussed what the strategy is and isn't about. They have also come up with questions that need to be answered, such as: what are the district's sources of revenue? How much money does the district receive from the state and federal governments? What is the impact on taxpayers if our property tax rate is increased? And how does that affect funding we receive from the state? What does the district spend money on? What can bond money be used for? How does state and federal rules affect how the district spends money? How do our revenues and expenses compare to other districts in the Metroplex and around the state? These are complex questions. They're difficult for us as a district to sort through, and it's easy to see how they can be challenging for our community to fully understand, and that is exactly what we are working together to accomplish.
We will ensure that our facilities and infrastructure adapt to support our mission. The Facilities and Infrastructure Action Team has been tasked with identifying and creating action steps that will move our district forward. Our team are researching architectural trends, demography studies, present funding sources for buildings and infrastructure, district policies, and current case studies in these fields. Our action steps will encompass creating spaces that enhance current education practices while being flexible enough to adapt to the needs of the future. Many of these needs are not yet defined, so our challenge is to find sustainable, creative spaces that have the necessary infrastructure and adaptability to take this district from the great place it is today to an extraordinary place.